or are we going to face an eternal judgment? For you see, the problem we face, and we all have this problem, is that we are people that, I suppose we can use that word sin, and I like the word sin because it's a serious word, but maybe we need to put a little bit of flesh and blood into what we mean by sin. Well, firstly, sin is a disposition. It is a nature to do what's wrong. Now, I am a teacher. I've taught for 24 years, and if you're a teacher of young people, bless them, but they are sinners, and I can assure you, I would say it's a very rare day that I find an obedient child. And the other thing I find is that, by and large, when young people are in trouble, they will lie to get out of trouble. The problem of sin is very, very deep-rooted. And it manifests itself in so many different ways. And we're not being killjoys when we come out as Christians and say, there's this problem of sin. Actually, it's really releasing to understand that there is something wrong with me. Because one of the things about our society, which I think is really rather weird, is everything is awesome. Everything is wonderful. Everybody's fantastic. Everybody, and we all know it's a load of rubbish. It's not like that. And actually, people get crushed under this weight of expectation. They're supposed to live this awesome, wonderful life, and in reality, it's not like that. The fact is, we don't live in a perfect world. There is something seriously wrong in our world. And the gospel says this: we are sinners, but we have a Saviour. And that Saviour is Jesus Christ. For he died on the cross to pay the punishment for sin. You know, we say this every week, but it really is incredible. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. That's the word again, everlasting, eternity. So I want to come back to the word eternity. It's a very big claim to say that we are eternal creatures. Everything in you would probably say, I'm going to die and that's it. And that's what our culture says. So I'm going to have to supply you with some very good evidence quite quickly as to why the gospel is true when it says we are eternal creatures. We have eternity in our hearts. Well, the first and the most obvious reason why we can believe that the gospel is true is the fact we live in a world that is well designed. It says in the Bible, we are without excuse, the whole of creation declares there's a creator. Now, you might say, well, what about the experts, the people in authority? Don't they all say evolution is true? They do, but I actually think we should be a little bit skeptical about experts. You see, experts get into groupthink. They think something, they all repeat the same mantra, and they don't think outside the box. And you might say, well, where's your evidence for that type of thinking? Look at the post office scandal. For 20 years, 900 people had their lives trashed. And now we know all the experts, all the people in authority, refuse to engage with the truth. And instead, they allowed 900 people. And that's not alone. There's a young child called Alfie. 60 times people contacted the experts, and 60 times nothing was done. Well, what about more closely to home?